Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsyreplays and welcome back to channel. Now today we are going to do a video that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time. So we are going to be looking at the top tanks in every single tier to make credits. So what are the best tanks to make credits? And it's a question a lot of people ask me. What tanks do you do or do you play to go and make credits? So I'm actually going to do the video from tier 2 to 10 premium tanks, the best premium tanks to make credits. Now, some of the lower tier tanks that was premium that are now collectible, but they still keep the old credit coefficient that they had. So in tier 2, it is the T1E6, which I was very shocked about, and it actually has a 200% credit coefficient. Now that is massive. That is massive for a tier 2 tank. 200% credit coefficient. Now all of these battles I am playing with, I am running premium time, and I'm actually running a credit booster, which I totally forgot about. But that battle there, tier 2, 700 damage, and we make 37,000 credits, which isn't bad for a tier 2 at all. We do get 6,500 with the booster, but even before that, we make 31,000 credits before all the adjustments. Now, tier 3, it is the Locust. Now, the Locust is one of the tanks that I first bought. It used to be a premium tank in the tech tree before Wargaming decided to remove it from the tech tree and give it away. Well, not give it away, but just completely remove it from the tech tree and then sell it later on. Now, that then went to a collectible tank. But even so, it's a nice little tier 3 tank, and it has 174%. So 174% credit coefficient, which again is a nice amount of you can make nice amount of credits in this little tier 3. It's got APCR, which other than tier 2, you don't lose as much money in tier 2 because you can't use APCR, where this you can. Now that battle, 34,000 credits, but we do have the booster. But even before that, we earn 33,000 credits before all the deductions. Now moving up to tier 4, it is the AC1 Sentinel. Now this is where you're going to start using a bit more credits because you can use APCR, AP, HE. You can have 3 provisions, etc. So you're going to start using more credits. You're going to start wasting more credits. But even so, tier 4, you're not going to come up against much with armor except for these Matildas. So you shouldn't need to shoot that much APCR. Now, again, I was quite surprised to see the AC1 Sentinel was the top highest earning credit tank in tier 4. And that has 155 credit coefficient. 155%. So that battle there, only 900 damage, 47,000 credits earned, which again, for a tier 4 average battle, 47,000 credits. But we do get 13,000 for a mission. So it's still 34,000 credits earned for a tier 4. Now's where we start to get quite big. Now, this is the Cheney Car, and this was once in the tech tree. But Wargaming, I'm not sure the full story of this, but Wargaming removed it from the tech tree because the credit coefficient was actually broken. So they removed this completely from the tech tree, and you can now get, every so often you'll get Shinobi, which is the same thing just with a camo. But this was once the highest earning credit making tank in the game, and this has actually got a 228% credit coefficient. So it's nice for making credits. It's lovely for making credits. It's a tier 5. A lot of people used to go down to tier 5 because there used to be there is quite a lot of premiums in tier 5. And this is one of the tier 5s that has actually stayed as a premium. It hasn't moved to a collectible status. But for me, the tank, I'm going to show you a full battle here because I actually have a really, really good battle. But it's a tank I don't really like. Now, even though it's got insane credit coefficient, the 7.1 second reload, the speed, it has no armor, I just don't like it. I don't like it. There's plenty of other tier 5 tanks that I prefer over this. Some tanks with armor, some tanks are a little bit slower, like the Excelsior, for instance. I love the Excelsior as a premium in tier 5. It's not great speed, but it's got great armor. And the gun isn't so bad either. Now, this battle, there is just 3 tanks left, and we haven't had to shoot any premium ammo yet. But the thing with the Cheney Car, it hasn't got APCR or heat. It's got 2 different APs, so it's got premium AP. So it's got HE as well, which we are going to start using, but we're going to start missing as well. We're going to donk our shots trying to get the toaster. But we miss once. We're going to poke forward. We're going to hit. He's just under his gun, 208 hit points. We actually have a quite a nice battle, which is why I'm showing you the full battle on this game. Now, it's 4 against 3, but there is an 82, which in lower tiers, new people really, really do struggle against the 82. No one knows how to deal with them, whereas I do, and we managed to get him down to a 1 shot, and we are going to take him out. So it's now 2 against 2. There is a T14 again. That is another tier 5 tank that I absolutely love. It's not long been for sale. It might still be in the garage. No, well, it won't be in the garage by the time, the shop, sorry, by the time this video goes out. But it's been for sale, and that tank is now a collector's. So now I'm up to 2,100 damage, which is already good for a tier 5 battle. And this is where I start to get quite panicky. So the T14 is a 1 shot, but we still have the Death Toaster, and he starts capping. And here I really, really mess up my shot. The Death Toaster is a massive tank, and I hit the one place on his tank where I couldn't really pen, and with HE, and that was his gun. So now I'm a 1 shot. I'm a 1 shot to both tanks. So we need to either get a bounce or we need him to miss. And as I've said, this tank hasn't got great armor. So luckily, he does miss, which means I can take him out. We're going to now switch to the premium AP just so we can guarantee the pen on the T14, because that has got great armor. So that battle, we finish on 5 kills, 2,800 damage, which is very, very good for a tier 5 battle. And we end the game on 110,000 credits. Now that for a tier 5 in itself is insane. It's a great amount of credits, and that was without any mission. We do obviously get the 7,400 with the booster, but even before that, 115,000 credits we earned before the deductions. But that's not the highest credit coefficient in tier 5. This thing is the Angry Connor, and in fact, it's the highest credit coefficient tank in the game. Now, the Cheney Car is 228% credit coefficient. This tank is 230%. So only slightly better, but you can make insane amount of credits in this. You don't even have to do damage, and you can make good credits, which is what we're going to show you here. So this battle, we've got 650 damage. 657 damage to be in fact. We're going to get 1 bounce on that Matilda, and I think we're going to get 1 more shot off. So we're going to poke forward, and we're going to get 1 more shot in on that Matilda. We get 178 damage. We do get wrecked, but we managed to take him out. So that battle, we do 900 damage, and we make 59,000 credits, which is crazy, because I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. And you can see here at the end, 58,000 before all the deductions and the boosters, which is crazy. But here, we had this battle here, 600 damage, 50,000 credits. It's just crazy. And my workmate loves the Angry Connor, because he just makes insane amount of credits. You don't even have to do well, and you can make credits. Now moving up to tier 6, it is the T3485 Victory. And this is another tank I was very surprised about at being the highest credit coefficient tank in tier 6. There's quite a few premiums in tier 6, so I was quite shocked to see this was at the top. Now the credit coefficient on this tank is 182%, which is higher than any other premium in tier 6. And I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. I normally play the Panzer 4S if I'm going to go tier 6, or the Cromwell B. I would never think about playing this to earn credits in tier 6. It's quite a good tank. It's not the best tier 6, but it's quite a good tank. So to see it's actually the highest credit coefficient in tier 6 very much surprised me. And we're going to finish that battle. Again, we got 1700 damage, which is an average game in tier 6. And we get 58,000 credits, which is not bad. Two battles for 100,000 credits. Not bad at all. So 68,000 before all the boosters and the deductions. So again, another nice earning credit tank in tier 6. And again, this is another tank that very much surprised me. In tier 7, there is shitloads of premium tanks in tier 7. And this is the SU-12244. And again, I was surprised to see this was the highest credit coefficient tank in tier 7. And you can buy this tank from Tech Tree. It's in the Tech Tree, you can buy it, and it's the best earning tank in tier 7. Now, the credit coefficient on this tank is, let me have a look, 169%. So it's very, very good at making credits. And it's actually a very nice tank. It's got very troll armor. It's got a very nice gun. The speed is quite nice as well. And you can do high rolls like that, 500 damage. And it really is a nice tank. And it's a tank that I don't play enough, but I should, because it is really, really troll. The armor's troll, as I've said, the speed's really good, the gun's really good. The reload's not actually too bad, it's 8.7 seconds. And you can deal damage very, very quickly. So this battle, we've done 2,000 damage. We're going to get behind the Nashorn, we're going to use HE to clear him up. And now it just leaves 3 tanks. Now, this Type 58 was kind enough to turn his rear, which allows me to use HE into the rear, doing 540 damage. And now we've got a max roll, which we are going to try and use against this G2. Now, we can't use HE because he turns, but we're going to do 344 damage, and we're going to clear him. So, this battle, we get 3 kills. We've got 3 kills. There is the SU-101 left, which we are going to take out. So we're going to poke around, and we're going to take a shot, but we are going to clear him. So, 4 kills, 3.4k damage there. And we're going to wait for the end screen to show up. And we're going to earn, again, we're going to earn quite nice credits for that battle. So 86,000 credits we earned for that. Again, we get no missions, but we did do quite a lot of damage, to be honest. We got 4 kills, 86,000 credits. So we got 106,000 before any deductions, before the booster. Take off all the deductions, the provisions, consumables, etc. And we end with 86,000 credits, which is very nice in tier 7. Now, moving up to tier 8, we have the Super Persian. Now, I knew this was a high credit earning tank, but you don't really see that because the penetration on this tank is not the greatest. So you do start having to use the APCR, and especially against these KV5s that we got, we are using APCR. So we're wasting credits at this time. Every time we shoot him with APCR, we are wasting credits. Now, the credit coefficient on this tank is 190%, which is very, very nice indeed. And in fact, it's a nice tank. I like this tank. It's very, very troll. The gun isn't so bad, but the armor is fantastic. The armor is one of the best mediums, the best for the medium in the game, one of the best mediums in the game, and it's very, very troll. It has got weak turret if you shoot on the hatches, but for earning credits, it's in tier 8, so you are still doing the damage. Now, nowadays, not a lot of people go down to tier 5 to earn credits. It's either tier 7 or tier 8, and Tier 8 mainly is always been the credit earning tier. And that's usually the tier that's most broken because that's the tier everyone goes to earn credits, even all the noobs. Now that battle, 2,400, which isn't the best, but it's okay. And we earned 65,000 credits, which isn't bad considering we shot quite a lot of APCR into that KV5. We earned 105,000 credits before any deduction and before that booster. So not bad indeed. And that is basically it. Now we're up to the tier 9s and the tier 10s, which are not premium tanks. They are enriched tanks. But we decided to add them anyway. We've done tier 2 to tier, might as well add every tank. And the best in tier 9 at the moment is the AMX first prototype. Now, the credit coefficient on this is 141%. Not the greatest credit coefficient, but it is not a premium. It's an enriched tank. And you can actually still earn credits in this thing. So that battle there, again, just an average 2,900 game, and we earned 67,000 credits, which is lovely in tier 9. And you're not supposed to earn really much credits in tier 9 and 10 because they're not tiers that you earn credits. Tiers 6, 7, 8 are the tiers you go to earn credits, not tier 9 and 10. But moving up to tier 10, which is the best credit coefficient, and that is 140%. Again, it is not a tank you go to earn credits. Even though it is enriched, it's not made to earn credits. It's a lovely tank. It's the Chieftain Mark 6. It's got two different APCR. It's got premium APCR and then normal APCR. But it's a tank that you can still earn credits from. Now that battle, 3,200, we make 124,000 credits, which isn't bad at all. But we do have 89,000 for a mission. So take away that, take away the 11,000, you're not really earning much. You're earning I would have earned 9,000 credits, which is still in the plus, which was still in the plus. We did have to shoot quite a bit of premium APCR that battle as well. So that is the tier 2 to tier 10 best tanks to earn credits. Next up, I'm going to do the full lot. I'm going to do tier 1 to 10 best making tech tree tanks, and I'll also start doing the worst premium tanks to make credits and the worst tech tree. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.